2 for Fnatic. Kill both the Spectre as well as the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, they're doing such a good job with the map control right now, and MVP, they're just not really respecting Fnatic's ability to get around the map. Because you have a Broodmother and a Nature's Prophet, the lanes are going to be pushed in. It's going to be hard for MVP to get wards out as a result. And without the vision, MVP, they've got to play a little bit further back. Hero's being a little bit greedy, trying to get that Radiance at a decent. Actually cost them a lot, though. They had to use a Spec Hunt, which means the next Roshan fight is going to be impossible for them to take, I feel. Without any items on Q, he gets bursted down by the Ursa quickly. And that's all Fnatic are waiting for right now. The fact that they're getting kills on top of that cap and trading out around the map while they're waiting for this massive objective is great for them. They're like, we're still accomplishing things while we're waiting for this Aegis to come up. But once it does come up, that's when we'll kind of strike. Looks like they want to go for this top or this bottom tier 2 at the same time.
So what did MVP Phoenix do in the meanwhile? If we're top, Net and Nature's Prophet, they're going to go for MP. This time around, they should be able to pop them. They've got the Finger of Death available, and it's going to blow it out, and a couple more right clicks. There it is. The Sprout should be enough time. Blink, nope. Lion stops it, and
I see like CTY and aggressive, they just bury themselves clarities even like 25 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
So it's not too surprising. If anything, it's probably more efficient, but MVP, they're just kind of stuck in their base. They've got to wait for passive creeps to come forward, which means Fnatic will always get further and further ahead. Because they have both the creeps that are being shoved back to them and the jungle to work with.
Completed Mjolnir is coming in soon for mid one. That's going to be super dangerous.
Not at their item timings yet, but Spectre now does have the Haunt plus the Radiance, and that might prompt Fnatic to be a little bit more careful here.
Trying to deal with the Shen creeps, and he managed to keep most of them alive. Oh, that wasn't the play. That's an awkward one. Mushi stuck inside the trees in front of the tier 3 tower. Kiwo's going to take this opportunity to go for it. Mid one is going to be the first target, though, from MP as well as Jugo. They've already killed the Ursa as well. Jesus, MVP. They're just rolling through Fnatic. Oh, no. What happened? Mushi, he didn't pop his ultimate, right?
He didn't pop anything. Like, he just kind of got blown up there. Like, they were sending him back, and I think Fnatic were like, oh, this is fine. Like, our Ursa will pop his ulti, and yeah, you know, the weird thing is they ignored him too. Like, the Sven had his stun, and he didn't even bother going for Mushi because he's like, oh, Mushi will just pop and rage. There's no point. But then the kick gets him on the way out, and then he just got bursted. You can see the frustration is, I think he knows that was not what they wanted to happen.
Plus, like, if Furion was a very high net worth hero, that by itself was a worthy kill for MVP Phoenix, but then they're going to get Mushi, they've got the Chen, and they're going to be able to get Net as well.
You can't afford to make these mistakes against a Spectre. Like, Fnatic are going to be so disappointed. They wasted they lose 3 heroes because they were a little bit late. Like, the Ursa blinks in straight into the Sprout. That was like the worst possible thing that could have happened for them. There's no force staff or anything to speak of.
Yeah, Mushi's sitting there going, I really didn't think I had to get a Quelling Blade as well.
A little bit of miscommunication, and this is most likely going to be Net going down. They have swap on him.
How is he possibly going to escape? The Radiance is keeping the Blink Dagger from coming up.
Yeah. Do you notice Febby has the swap selected? So I think this means that he's going to swap the spec and try to get the stun off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that actually could be bad if somehow Net turns around. Oh, never mind. Net already blew our spike.
He's got the Hex, though.
Yeah.
It depends on the order that he does this.
So if he turns around, hits the Vengeful Spirit with the Hex.
Yeah, because even if MP blinks forward, he doesn't have a stun up. So Net might get away from this if he plays this correctly.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it damn perfectly. All right, see if the swap's gonna go down. If he can hit that missile, and he will. Net throws down the Hex, but it's just too late. Plus QO is super fast. So. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Ohio, he's going to go down as well. That is a wipe. We thought it was just going to be a Furion, maybe a Chen as well, but Fnatic misplays turn into a complete wipe, and MVP Phoenix, there's some happy campers now.
That is so disappointing for them, especially with the advantage that they had built up. They worked so hard to get all of this map control, and just in one single team fight, a lot of it goes away. At one point, they were up 10K net worth, but experience, that's not the graph that you want to see.
Pummeling down downwards when you're dealing with a Spectre and a Sven.
Yeah. Oh, his keyboard isn't working. That might have been why he wasn't able to get the hex in response to the bench. Like, he probably had to click it, actually.
MVP Phoenix being the nice guys that they are, not going to worry about time too much. So where does Fnatic go from this? Because obviously MVP Phoenix, they're very happy. They're willing to just stall for time, let this game draw out as much as possible with Spectre and Sven. They've got some really core items coming in, such as the BKB for the Sven. But Fnatic are much more in the awkward position. Draw me up a game plan. Blitz, how do they win?
Try to get some smoke ganks off. You do have one available on the line. Plus the Ursa is quite good at dealing with the Spectre still. It's just these repeated attempts can't go wrong. Like, your best chance is probably Aegis, but just like get map control, try to get 1 or 2 ganks off on a cores, hem MVP in, get control of the jungle again, push them further and further into their base. Can't go wrong. For MVP, the game plan is simple. Your best chance is probably Aegis. Wait for Fnatic to misplay going for the high ground. Because playing high ground against a Spectre is always scary. We saw that when they had to play against Alliance that first time around. Make one, just like drop the ball once. That 10K lead that you once had does not look that threatening anymore.
Yeah, especially with the way that MVP Phoenix are able to chase down heroes. You're never going to be able to fully escape from this team.
Yeah. You know what the crazy thing is? I think a lot of people were afraid of what the crowd would look like after a lot of the Chinese teams that he's going to swap and eliminated, the stun off. But they have shown up in full force.
Yeah, they had to
But
open
that
up
actually
the
could be
top
bad
floor
if
this
somehow
morning. Just be able to let some extra people in.
There
Even
are
the
so
blink
many
tag.
people, no
This is
exaggeration. Most likely going to be Nick going down.
He's been a great
They
crowd
have
so
swap
far
on
as
us.
well.
How is he possibly going to escape?
They react.
The Radiance
like, okay, sometimes I'll see Western audience react to like a good pick or an interesting pick. These guys get like pissed when maybe he's Razor.
yeah, the ooze. That
They
was
sounded
not a good
disappointed.
sound.
They're like,
that is
wasn't
not
the hero.
Nope. Bad call, bad call.
And I can
Meanwhile,
tell.
Western audience is like, whatever you want, PPD.
Yeah, we trust. It's all on
PPD,
you, man.
We trust. Make America great again.
I feel the burn for me, man. All right, but you know what? I was gonna say that stage is like the best part about this entire event.
It does look very pretty.
It looks so cool from the top-down view when you're high up in the rafters. I was up there the other day. Like I went to the 4th floor. It looks majestic up there.
Why did you go all the way up there?
I just wanted to see what it was like.
Blitz, you've lost a lot of games in your time in competitive Dota.
Yes.
You're in a position like Fnatic, headspace-wise. What are you feeling?
You want to know? So you're asking, as a former Zephyr player, what it's like to be a loser?
Yes, that's
Okay,
exactly
okay.
what I'm asking.
This is my wheelhouse. You know,
I know. This is why I brought you on as a co-caster.
I've been waiting for somebody to ask me what it's like to be in a losing position. Fnatic, I think, it's almost always just a mental game at this point because they have to realize, okay, we still have map control. The net worth lead is still in our favor. We can still win this game. It's just you have to reset yourself.
Jesus, and the crowd goes wild for Twan. You should hear them cheer for Mushi as well.
Yeah, they love him here.
They do.
No, but it's really hard. Like you lose a fight like that, you have to kind of refocus up, collect yourselves, and say it's all right. I hear what Mushi said to his team, by the way. Did you hear about that? Like in the interview. You remember we said a lot of the analysts too. Like after that second game.
Oh yeah.
Fnatic.
Nobody expected Fnatic to come back from that.
Yeah, but apparently what Mushi told his team was, guys, it's actually them that should be worried. Like they're the favorites here. We're the underdogs. Nobody thought that these games were going to be that hard, and the fact that we were able to get that close to beating them is going to put a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah. And
hearing those kinds of words, honestly, like from my competitive experience, and my captain's telling me that kind of just makes me feel like I'm going to win this game for you. Like I'm going to do this game. I can feel it. Mushi was kind of the reason they lost, but for him to be able to come back and say that, it's really heartening.
Yeah.
And I feel like that shows a lot of leadership. He's going to have to once again take this, unplanned pause time to collect himself and say, guys, let's relax a little bit. We're getting a little bit too overeager. We're smelling blood, and we're just rushing headlong in without thinking about it. Let's take a little bit of time to reset, refocus up.
I see somebody in a pink jacket inside the Fnatic booth. I can only guess that's Bruno, as no other man would wear that.
Could be anybody.
could be anybody. Yeah, anybody rocks that kind of fashion. What about MVP Phoenix? What does a victory mean for them here?
I think a victory for them just kind of validates a lot. I know these guys pretty well from my experience. Like, Zephyr, when we first got there, they also started playing competitive Dota as a group. And I know they don't get a lot of support like from Korea because Dota's not like the primary game there or anything like that, but I think it just means a lot for them individually. Like, we made this decision to get into a game, which is hard. A lot of people were ahead of us, but through dedication and hard work, we've been able to kind of keep up and actually catch up to a lot of these teams.
Mm-hmm. Even if you are in a disenfranchised region, it's all about just wanting it more than the other team.
I mean, they're just willing to put out a little bit more from them. I remember when we were on Zephyr, we'd play them in KDL, we'd beat them, and that night, like, we'd be celebrating and stuff like that, and they'd be looking for scrims. We'd beaten them like not 2 hours ago. They'd just gotten home. Instead of just like yelling or getting frustrated, they're just like, let's play Dota. Like, that's what we're here for. We're not here to argue. We're here to get better. And eventually they did, and now look at the stage that they're on. The game is now going to resume once again.
So after a wipe, those of you who may have nodded off during that pause, recollection, it's 13-14 right now, 25 minutes in. MVP Phoenix are in a great position, despite the net worth advantage still being in favor of Fnatic. The MVP Phoenix just won a great fight. They have the better late game, and they're going to be able to get even more objectives, it seems, than just winning a fight. They're going to try and push down this middle tier 1 tower, though Fnatic are coming up. It looks like it's about time for MVP Phoenix to retreat.
As
Mushi's hungry. He's going to be able to catch Bevy.
They might even get an MP over here.
Yeah, they are actually trying to control these heroes pretty nicely. Good kick down on the Sprout. He's going to be able to free up MP. A stun goes down. Brev, he's almost going to be blown up as they drop the gem. Dula's going to go down as well. Fnatic coming back in style. They're going to be able to get a fourth one. Hello, Mushi. Fnatic get everything they wanted. We're talking about a headspace. How do you get your head back into this game? Well, a fight like that is everything for Fnatic in Game 2 to make this a potential tie.
They have so much momentum on their side right now. They're going to push this so quickly. MVP, they're going to be kicking themselves. Where did it all go wrong? They fought so hard to get back into an even position, but Fnatic just thrust it away. They're going to take the first set of racks here in this game and apply even more pressure to them. And that was so puzzling as MVP, they didn't have the Han available. They were so spread out in that fight.
They just seemed too confident, wanting to be able to save their allies, save a friend syndrome. Strikes once again as they end up, result being they lose their melee racks.
Yeah, they've once again wrested control away from MVP as Fnatic are, right after that pause, it really did look like they're just like, okay, here's what we have to do, immediately engage. They were ready for it, MVP wasn't. MVP was trying to like say, let's collect our losses. Try to save this one guy, maybe we can get a quick kill.
Yeah.
Han's gonna be popped.
Oh no, they can't afford to lose. Oh, they are gonna be able to at least kill Net. They're gonna jump on Mushi here. Mushi turns and finds QO. The Suns come in though, just in time. QO turns around and finishes off Mushi.
As soon as any team gets any sort of advantage, just like, nope, gonna strike right back.
Ether Lens complete. What is that on the courier? We've got QO's completed Manta style, so rip supports, that is never fun. Fnatic are gonna have a hard time with both DJ as well as Net surviving through this. Fortunately, the line does have a Glimmer Cape, so that's probably one of the better items you could have against the Spectre at this point.
Yeah. And QO now has the Manta style completed. Another item to
DJ.
Keep him alive. But
Nice. They're going to be able to
TP.
spot out MP here. The follow-up. Oh, kick turnaround. Uh-oh. Mid one did not think this engagement was going to go this way. He gets taken out. DJ is probably going to fall as well until the sun comes out. Duba's actually going to lose his life. His net trying to right-click him down. They turn around. Duba's hoping to be able to get a kick off, but it's not in time. The hex gets played out. MP, he's staying on top of DJ, who's trying desperately to be able to kite him around inside the trees. Duke away. No. He's not going to be able to do it. MP stays on top of him on the left-hand side. QO, he's already being gone on by Mushi, but Mushi now the turnaround as the end range runs out. QO battling up against Ohio, but he's not going to be able to get him. QO gets away. The buyback here from mid one is also going to be useless as QO TP's back to base. MVP Phoenix, another fight as the momentum of this game is incredibly back and forth.
Yeah, and I think they just got a lot of control back, especially if they can get this tier 2. Fnatic also had to commit the buyback of their top net worth hero. And mid one decided, he's like, maybe our team can hold for a little bit longer. And MVP are going to push this advantage because they have the hot up. Yo can get there in a moment's notice as Heroes a lot of damage. Kyo's got to be careful. And mid one decided this bottom tower push is quite big. And MVP are going to push the buyback available on any of their heroes.
Net, he couldn't get off the Glimmer Cape in time, so MP's able to quickly kill him.
They lost their Inertia's Prophet too.
Oh, that was a buyback. This means a full lane of Rags. Mushi's going to be coming up in 5 more seconds, but I don't think he can fight without his disablers. They're going to try for it, though. The TP already forward. They're going to buy back on the line. They have to catch up, but MVP Phoenix, they've already made a clean escape.
Fnatic, they use the buyback on the Nature's Prophet. He goes down immediately, and then Net decides to buy back right before he's about to respawn, hoping that he can catch anybody, but MVP clean escape. And what was again a 10k lead that, you know, they've briefly given up after that top engagement swings all the way down. The XP is even more dire.
It's actually in the favor of MVP Phoenix by about 5k. Still though, Fnatic do have a big opening. Roshan is coming up soon. They desperately need to be able to claim this Aegis.
Yeah, and MVP, still, they have a lot to work with. Like, Kyo has the defusal plate now. It's going to kite the Ursa quite well. Doesn't have a BKB. That might actually be the next item that they have to wait for.
So unfortunate. Mushi was pretty close to that BKB after that mid-fight. They came back. He had so much gold racked in, but ended up losing a large share of it, especially with the buyback. A 4-staff Ether Lens for Febby. They're going to have an AC soon for MP. Yeah, Fnatic are just sitting back, waiting on BKB at this point, it seems.
Yeah. And Kyo's just going to farm out this jungle with his Manta Illusions. An even Rax trade for MVP is, they don't get the melee, or the range one, but that matters very little right now. So they're just happy to be in an even Rax scenario against a team that features a Broodmother and a Chen. Ursa, though, is just power farming. He's like, I have to get this BKB or the next Aegis. And if you get the next Aegis, you have to really make it work for you.
MVP Phoenix have set up a lot of vision around this Roshan pit. I think they know that they can absolutely contest Fnatic for that prize. They see Mushi. He starts walking towards the pit.
They're immediately going to smoke up with 3, though. MP wants the initiation. They want to continue to get aggressive. They think this haunt is too much right now for Fnatic to deal with. And if they could get 1 or 2 core heroes, they can actually get Roshan on their own.
Let's see if they can actually get it here.
Mushi would be the big prize, but Net...
Net, he's going to be able to blink away just in time. Clipper Cape gets laid out. Still, though, he was going to stay on top of DJ. And Net turns around, managed to get off the Hex, but he's not going to be able to save the Chen. The more important target is Mushi. He looks like swap! Long-range swap coming out from Febby. They're going to be able to take out Mushi. Everything MVP Phoenix wanted there was acquired. They'll be able to go straight to the Roshan pit and claim the Aegis.
That must have been like the absolute max. Febby's got to be so pleased with himself, as this is going to mean the Aegis for them, which is what Fnatic were essentially waiting for this next fight. And this delays the BKB even further from Mushi.
Obviously, they're not going to now, but do you think Fnatic should have bought back and committed to taking Roshan or contesting?
No, I think they were too far away. Okay. MVP are in such a good spot for vision and control. Angus and cheese for MVP. And they just they're not playing back in their base anymore. Like, they're content to exit the map, look for these smoke engagements, fight around the haunt. They realize they're incredibly strong right now. The Ursa's effectiveness is starting to wear thin.
It certainly is with the way that he's stalling out on items. He's only sitting at 11K net worth. QO is almost 20K. And he's going to have a heart soon. We have the items about to be complete for Forev. The items are just rolling in. The AC is basically complete. They're trying to get buyback gold as well. But they could have a completed AC if they wanted.
MVP gonna force in this mid lane. It is being pushed in by the super melee creeps. As they've got Aegis. They can decide to do whatever they want as soon as they've got Haunt up. MP's almost got the full AC completed. You probably wait for that.
Meanwhile, Furion gets the BKB, but that's pretty much the only item you can talk about for Fnatic. And I don't think it really changes all that much. So now it's Fnatic's turn to be the ones trying to split push and slow down this game so they can get some recovery items. As you could see, Ohio, I think he's actually going to cut the creep wave here.
Trying to slow down this push. I believe that's a fully completed heart though from QO. He's going to shove in all the lanes. And Fnatic, they don't have enough to deal with this hero by themselves. And with the Haunt available, there's no way that they take this fight. Especially with the AC flying in from MP. They might just decide to go further with this too. They can protect this creep wave, which they don't. The creep almost immediately dies.
So that means MVP Phoenix are going to have to move. Maybe they can gank up Mushi, but I bet he's going to back up now. Fnatic's movement is pretty good, but now they're actually going to try and catch something here. With the Spectre, they're easily going to be able to get the Nature's Prophet. He jumps over to Mushi now, who's not going to be able to TP out. Mushi gets caught. That is 2 cores down. And now, finally, MVP Phoenix have the opportunity to truly go uphill.
Yeah, this Ursa has really started to lose its effectiveness for Fnatic. Like, the timing window of this hero is really kind of faded away. They couldn't afford to lose him this many times over. And MVP are just abusing him right now. He's not able to ever get his enrage. The Diffusal Blade before the BKB not paying off for him either. Fnatic are now being pushed inside their base as he was most likely going to get the boost of travel and join the rest of his team. With both of these cores down, Fnatic, what do you really do in this position?
Yeah, you can't afford a buyback just because the Ursa has already been stalled up enough in his items, but do you really give MVP Phoenix the opportunity to take a full lane of Rex? Because they've got 10 seconds to do it with God's strength. They should be able to complete it, at least, at the very least, the melee Rex.
Yeah, I think they can get both. Yeah, with Ursa up in 5 seconds, they know that he's not going to commit the buyback for this. It's another set of racks down for Fnatic. And they're just steadily getting further and further behind.
Where's our Chen going? I wasn't sure about Aghanims, but I honestly didn't think that Chen would go any other item, but he's got an ultimate orb. Is Lincoln's better here, or is this Scythe of Ice?
I really don't even know. Maybe... probably a Hex? I can't imagine the Lincoln's being the best item.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what a Chen is supposed to do in a game like this. Like, they have so many heroes that just can't fight anymore. We talked about that being the weakness of Fnatic's lineup at the beginning of the game, where just like they're going to be really hard pressed if their laning phase doesn't transition into something else. Because MVP's lineup is just smooth all across the board. They've got team fight late game, and we're seeing that right now because they just don't have the lockdown for all of these cores.
Jump in, MP. He's going to be able to blow up DJ almost immediately. He does have some time to be able to get off his ultimate. He's not actually using it, and that means Brad's going to be able to get the kill instead. Mid one's just sitting there trying to beat down MP, but he can't even do that much. Oh no! Mushi's trying to catch up, throws out the in-range. He's going to be stalled up. They can't kill the Sven. They're going to turn on the Vivi instead, but it's a pittance as MVP Phoenix's core still goes strong, and they call it. MVP Phoenix will take it in a 2-0 as they come back in game number 2 to clean out the series.
And the Seed Dota boys are going to walk away with the top 4 berth. GG as Fnatic are knocked out of the tournament. I still think they can hold their heads up high as securing a top 6 in a tournament like this, knocking out the previous major champions is still a feat for CG.
That is probably going to be the toughest opponent that they've faced so far. Of course, first we have a winner's bracket matchup, but our analysts, MVP Phoenix, have done it. I'm sure our analysts have a lot to say about it. Why?
Thank you so much, Captain Blitz. Back at the panel now. We have a new face, a new fresh face to join us. We got Mr. Charlie Yang. And if you don't know, of course, manager of Evil Geniuses, they're doing pretty good so far. Charlie, obviously you're watching a bit of the series. You now know the opponent that will await your team. Give us just your impressions about that series and MVP's triumphant victory 2-0.
I think us personally, we expected MVP to go through. I think I liked Fnatic's draft a lot. It had a really specific timing window. I thought MVP's draft was a little greedy. It had 3 farming cores against a lot of push from Fnatic. But MVP to go Fnatic through. Has one of those drafts where you make a mistake, especially against the Spectre as Fen. You're gonna have a lot of problems. You won't be able to break high ground.
Now, Winter, we saw, it felt pretty good at the start for Fnatic. I mean, even the crowd was getting behind the Chen play on the mid lane, really being a nuisance for the Sven. So it felt like it was all going positive, but where did things begin to go a bit astray?
I think from the laning phase, I didn't expect the Brute to actually get nothing. She was like way too poor. She was level 1 for a few minutes, and when you pick Brute, you can't let that happen. The Brute has to be able to help you at least win the lanes or waste the support time. Like, he was just basically shut down from the start, and I felt that was a big problem because Brute Mother did not feel like she accomplished anything. Apart from just taking the towers, she wasn't contributing anything else for the team.
We heard from the professionals here. Now we'll throw it over to Cinderin. Cinderin, apologies if I have to.
That's the meme mallet right there.
I know.
Yeah,
I deserve
that's not okay. It's good.
Sorry if I have to interrupt you, of course, as we wait for the winner's interview. But Cinderin, I would love to hear your professional opinion about the match.
So I think that like the defining moment where the game turns around 100% is actually a mistake from Fnatic, which obviously sucks when you're playing an elimination match. But the Sprout from Ohio in the Dire base, he sprouts in the Ursa. They have the same idea, and it's a good idea.
It was mid one, not
mid one. Sorry, yeah, mid one. I'm used to Ohio playing Prophet. It was mid one. Yeah, let's blame the right guy. So they have the right call. They want to go in and jump on this target, and I think it is doable. But it's a quick reaction from MVP to get him out of there, and then they end up sprouting their Ursa in. And it sets up for a very easy team fight for MVP, where, in my opinion, the flashiest play of the